Good morning, students. Hope all are doing good. Student, welcome to our geography lecture. Now we are on chapter number 4, that is air pressure. Student, how many of you have tried the activity of balloon which we have discussed in our first part? Okay. Student, in the first part, with the help of the activity of balloon and activity of flying lantern, we came to know that air has weight. Am I right? We have discussed that. But not only this, we have also learned that as we move higher and higher from the earth's surface, what happened? Yes, when the temperature is low, the air pressure is high. And when the temperature is high, air pressure is low. Okay? So this we have learned and discussed in our first part. Now student, in our today's lecture, we are going to learn everything about pressure belts. So let's start. Pressure belt on the earth's surface. The heat received from the sun is uneven in different regions. Hence, the distribution of temperature is uneven from the equator to the poles. As a result, the temperature zones are created. We have studied this in the previous class also. Student, in the previous class also, we have learned that as we move higher and higher from the earth's surface, when the temperature is high, the pressure becomes low. Right? Not only this, student, the heat received in a particular region is also different in different region. Is it same, student? The heat received in a particular region, the same heat is going to receive in a different region? No. So it is also different. Not only this, is if the sun heat is uneven, the distribution of temperature is also uneven, means not same as we move from the equator to the poles. Right, student? So because of this, student, because of the heat of the sun is uneven and the distribution of temperature is also uneven, different temperature zones and pressure belts are created. Understood? Now we are going to learn these pressure belts one by one in detail. Let's see the first one, that is equatorial low pressure belt. Student, first I will read and then I will going to explain you. Let's see. The sun rays can be perpendicular. Student, underline this word perpendicular and write down the meaning over there, at an angle of 90 degree between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So the temperature is higher in this region. Hence, air in this region gets heated, expand, become lighter and move towards the sky. As this process operates continuously, a low pressure belt gets formed in the central part of this region between the parallel 5 degree north and 5 degree south. Now let's see the explanation. Student, see this. This is a Tropic of Cancer and this is a Tropic of Capricorn. Understood? Now between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, okay, between this region, student, what happened? The sun rays will be falling in a perpendicular direction. Perpendicular means at an angle of 90 degree, means straight. Okay, so here the sun rays falling will be very straight. Now what happened over here, student, in this region? As the sun rays is falling straight in a perpendicular direction, the temperature in this particular region, what happened? It's get heated. Okay, what happen? It's get heated. And once it get heated, what happen? It gets expand and it's move upwards. It's move towards the sky. Yes. So here the temperature is become very high. Why? The sun rays falling in a straight direction, okay, in that particular region. Because of this, the temperature become very high in that region. And when the temperature is high, yes, what happened? The pressure become low. We have learned this. The temperature is high in this region, so the pressure become low. Didn't we see, student? Okay. So this is a continuous process, right? In this region, means between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, daily the sun rays will be falling in a perpendicular direction. So it is a continuous process, right? So because of this, what happened? It get expand and it's moving towards the sky. So as a result, student, here means in this region, the pressure belt form over here is low pressure equatorial belt. Understood, student? So look at this diagram over here, student. See, middle there is a equator, okay, equatorial low pressure belt. Student, the upward portion is north portion and the downward portion is south portion. So student, in north portion also we can see equatorial low pressure belt, mid latitudinal high pressure belt, subpolar low pressure belt and polar high pressure belt. Same pressure belt, student, we see in the south side also. So both the hemisphere are having the same pressure belt. Now can you see the equatorial low pressure belt over here? Yes. So on the north side the temperature is 5 degree and the south side the temperature is also 5 degree. Means over here in this region, in equatorial low pressure belt, the altitude, okay, the temperature is 5 degree in the north and 5 degree in the south forms. Okay. So why this happens, student? Because the temperature over here is high and the pressure is over here is low. That's why it is named as low pressure belt. Am I right, student? Okay. So the pressure belt form over here is equatorial low pressure belt. Fine, student. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. Second is mid latitudinal high pressure belt. The heated air becomes lighter, start ascending and after reaching higher altitude move towards the polar region, that is towards the north and south pole. Due to low temperature and at a higher altitude, the air cools down and become heavier. This heavier air descends down in both the hemisphere in the region between 25 degree to 35 degree parallels. This leads to the formation of high pressure belt in these parallels of latitude in both the hemisphere. This air is dry as the region does not get rainfall. Consequently, most of the hot desert on the earth are found in this region. Now see, student, what happened over here? Now student, suppose in a particular region the air is very hot. Okay, why? The temperature over here is very high, and because of the high temperature the air in that particular region is very heated. Okay, now pay attention very carefully, student. Whenever the air is hot, whenever the air is heated, the air become lighter. What happened? Air become lighter. Okay, so here the air is lighter. Okay, that's why what happened? It is moving towards the sky. It is reaching to the higher altitude. Means from north side it is reaching to the south side. Have you understood, student? In the north side, what happened? The air is very hot. Okay, the temperature is hot and the air is light in weight. Therefore, what happened? From north side, it is moving towards the south side. So that now, due to the low temperature at a higher altitude, now it is moving towards the higher altitude, right? So at a higher altitude, what happened? The temperature become low, right? Now again pay attention, student. At a higher altitude, the air cools down. Okay, as we move towards the sky at a higher altitude, there what happens, student? The temperature is low. वहाँ पे टेम्परेचर क्या होता है? लो होता है. इसके लिए एयर क्या होती है वहाँ पे? कूल होती है. इट बिकम कूल्स डाउन. And because of this, what happened? That the air become very heavier. Okay, see again I'm explaining. Whenever the temperature is hot, the air becomes light in weight. Okay, means the heated air is light in weight, and when it cools down, it become heavier in weight. Understood, student? So when air is heated, it expand. Okay, अब air क्या है? Heated हो चुकी. So what happened? It expand and it is moving towards the higher altitude. So here the temperature is low and the pressure is high. Okay, that's why air cools down over here. Am I right, student? So here in both the hemisphere, look at the diagram, student. In north side also, in south side also, both the latitude experiencing the same temperature. Means in the north side, the temperature will be 25 to 35 degree. In south side also, the temperature become 25 to 35 degree. So in both the hemisphere over here, student, temperature is low and the pressure is high. So as a result, student, the pressure belt form over here is mid-latitudinal high pressure belt. Understood, student? You can see over here in the diagram. Why it is mid-latitudinal high pressure belt, student? Can anyone tell me? See, here the pressure is high, right? That's why high pressure. Now it is between the latitude, है ना? ये लैटिट्यूड के क्या है? बीच में है. ओके, इक्वेटर के बाद में क्या है? मिड लैटिट्यूडनल है ना, तो इट इज़ इन द मिडल. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स नेम एज मिड लैटिट्यूडनल हाई प्रेशर बेल्ट. नाउ सी, so in this region the equatorial low pressure belt are formed. Why? Because the temperature is low over here. So student, if suppose in a particular region the temperature is very low, so the region formed in this latitude between 25 to 35 degree, इसके बीच में आने वाले जो भी region हैं, it is mostly the desert region. Which region is, student? Desert region. Why desert region, student? Because of lack of rainfall, है ना? जब सपोज एक रीजन में रेनफॉल नहीं होंगी तो दैट रीजन टर्न्स इनटू डेजर्ट रीजन. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, चिल्ड्रन. ओके, ओके. नाउ द थर्ड वन, सब पोलर लो प्रेशर बेल्ट. ड्यू टू अर्थ्स कर्वेचर, the area between two parallels get reduced as we move towards the poles. This results in lesser friction of the earth with the earth's surface. Air in this region is thrown out because of this reduced friction and also because of the earth rotational motion. This leads to the development of a low pressure belt. This condition is observed in the area between 55 degree and 65 degree parallel in both the hemisphere. Now see, student, subpolar low pressure belt. In the first chapter, student, we have learned that our earth shape is spherical, means it is curved, it is oval. So as its shape gets curved, when we move from equator to the pole, okay, when we move from the equator to the pole, the area is less over there. Okay, the area is लेस. इक्वेटर से पोल की तरफ अगर हम जाएंगे तो इसके बीच में मिडल में एरिया क्या है, लेस है. सिमिलरली स्टूडेंट, as we move from the north to the south, the area over here is also less. So what happens student, as a result of this, the parallel also get reduced, right? As we move from north to south, the parallel are also reduced. Is it same? No, it is also reduced. Now the earth's surface, between our earth's surface and air, student, what happened, there is a friction. क्या होता है हमारे अर्थ सरफेस और एयर के बीच में, there is a friction, and this friction is lesser. Not only because of friction student, because of earth rotation also, whatever air is there, that air has been thrown out. Student, pay attention again, I'm explaining. Because of lesser friction in the air and because of the earth rotation in a particular region, what happened, the air has been thrown out. Now all the air has been thrown out. So here the region formed is, the belt formed over here is subpolar low pressure belt. Which belt form over here is subpolar low pressure belt gets formed here. So we can see over here that the pressure is low and the temperature is high, and all the air has been thrown out. So over here in both the hemisphere student, look at this diagram. In both the hemisphere, can you see over here student, subpolar low pressure belt on the north and subpolar low pressure belt in the south. So in both the hemisphere, the temperature will be 55 to 65 degree in the south and 55 to 65 degree in the north. Okay, both the hemisphere temperature become same. So how does it happen students? Again I'm explaining you how it happened. Because of the lesser friction on the air and earth's surface, all the air gets thrown out, and when the air gets thrown out, the pressure over here is high and the temperature is low. So when the temperature is low, this subpolar low pressure belt gets formed, and the temperature is 55 to 65 in south and 55 to 65 degree in the north also. Understood? Let's see the next one. Polar high pressure belt. In both the polar region, the temperature is below 0 degree throughout the year. Hence, here the air is cold. As a result, the high pressure belt get formed. These are called polar high pressure belts. They generally occupy the area between 80 degree and 90 degree parallel in both the hemisphere. Now see the explanation. The name itself student, it has been clear over here. It is which region I am talking about? Yes, I am talking about polar region. So student, do you know in a polar region the temperature is always 0 degree. Sometimes it goes to minus also. It's freezing over here in polar region. You can see snow throughout the year. Why student? It is very cold over here because the temperature is always minus 0 degree throughout the year. Now see, here in polar region, the temperature is low and the pressure is high. ओके यहाँ पे गर्मी कम है और एयर प्रेशर क्या है, हाई है. मीन्स यहाँ पे क्या है, एयर इज़ वेरी कूल, दैट्स वाई इट इज़ पोलर रीजन ना. सो हियर स्टूडेंट, as the temperature is low and the pressure is very high, in this region the pressure belt form is polar high pressure belt. We are moving from the equator to the pole. Okay, we are moving towards the higher and higher altitude where the temperature is both the hemisphere student. Okay, the temperature is 80 degree to 90 degree. Look at this diagram again. Can you see the upper part in north, very small part over there, polar region. Down in the south also a small region is there, polar region. So here the temperature is -0 degree. Okay, and in both the hemisphere student, the altitude is 80 to 90 degree. In south 80 to 90 degree, in north also. So it is very cold over here. The air pressure is always high. That's why the pressure belt formed over here is polar high pressure belt. अंडरस्टूड स्टूडेंट, पोलर हाई प्रेशर बेल्ट. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे प्रेशर क्या है, बहुत हाई है और टेम्परेचर क्या है, 0 डिग्री है, इसीलिए इट इज़ नेम्ड एज पोलर हाई प्रेशर बेल्ट. लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट वन, दैट इज oscillation of pressure belts. Let's see what is this. The duration and the intensity of sun rays varies during particular period of a year in both the hemisphere. As a result, the location of a temperature zone and pressure belt depending on sun heats also vary. Vary means change. This change is of order of 5 degree to 7 degree towards the north in Uttarayan. Underline this word student, Uttarayan. Uttarayan means north. And 5 degree to 7 degree south in Dakshinayan. Underline this word also. Dakshinayan means south. This is called the oscillation of pressure belt. Now let's see the explanation. Children, in both the hemisphere, what happened? The duration and intensity of sun rays. Intensity of sun rays means the time we get sunlight. Student, at what time we get sunlight? Yes, early in the morning. So, the duration and the time when we get sunlight, it keeps on changing over a period of time in both the hemisphere. Student, suppose in a north hemisphere the sun rays falling in a morning. Okay, in north side it is a polar region, suppose. So in the polar region, is sun rays is coming? No. So in both the hemisphere, what happens student? The time when we get sunlight, it keeps on changing. ये क्या होता है? Change होता रहता है according to a period of time. Now suppose we take an example of a country. Okay, India. We live in India. So student, in a country during summer time, what happened? Days are longer compared to the night. Okay, समर सीज़न में क्या होता है स्टूडेंट, हमारे यहाँ पे डेज लॉन्ग होते हैं और नाइट क्या होती है, शॉर्ट होती है. सिमिलरली इन विंटर नाइट्स आर लॉन्गर कंपेयर टू डेज. इन विंटर सीजन व्हाट हैपन? नाइट्स आर वेरी लॉन्ग एंड डेज आर वेरी शॉर्ट. सो स्टूडेंट, हियर वी कैन सी द डिफरेंसेस. ओके, यहाँ पे डिफरेंस पता चला आपको डे और नाइट में. समर में डे लॉन्ग है, विंटर में समर में डे लॉन्ग है, विंटर क्या है, शॉर्ट है. ओके, और विंटर में नाइट लॉन्ग है, डेज क्या है, शॉर्ट है. So these are the difference. So this difference, student, keeps on changing. Okay, in summer season, the days are long and the winters are and the nights are very short. So this happen in summer also, student? No, no, it keeps on changing. So what I want to say over here is these changes also happen in the hemisphere also, in both the hemisphere. Means in north is also known as Uttarayan. So in Uttarayan, student, what happened? The sun starts its journey. Okay, sun क्या करता है, अपनी journey start करता है, and slowly it's moved towards the Dakshinayan. Okay, so sun start its journey from the north. Okay, from when it start its journey from 23rd December every day, and finally it come to south on 21st June. Okay, now it start its journey from the north and it's come to south. Again, student, what happened? Sun starts his journey from south and comes to the north. So it keeps on changing. Okay, so between these, student, what happened? The sun rays, the duration and the time of a sun rays, what happened? It keeps on changing, and this change, student, is known as nothing but oscillation of pressure belt. Understood, student? Okay, let's see next what we have. Next we have is effects of air pressure. Let's see. Air pressure has the following effects. First, origin of winds, generation of storms, convectional type of rain. Air pressure affects the breathing activity too. Now students, see, in the first part we have discussed that because of the air pressure, as air has a pressure, it has the following effects. Okay, because of air pressure we can observe, we can see the following effects in the form of storms, precipitation, that is rainfall. Okay, so because of air pressure, student, what happened? It lead to the winds. Second, we have also seen that because of air pressure this result into formation of storms. Sometimes storms may also come. Why? Because of air pressure. We have also seen the third one, that because of the air pressure different type of precipitation we see, means different type of rain we see in a particular region. Now the fourth one is because of air pressure, student, it affects our breathing activity also. How come, student? So student, as we are moving from a high pressure belt to a low pressure belt, we'll see a change in our breathing activity as well. Am I right, student? Suppose you are on a high pressure belt, your the pressure is very high, and suddenly, student, if you come to a low pressure belt, so definitely your breathing activity will affect, right? So when you are in a high pressure belt, here the temperature is low and the pressure is very high. Because of this, student, it affect the activity of people also. This change in a pressure belt from high to a low, from low to a very high, it affects our breathing activity also, it affects us also. So student, in a first part also, I have also shown you the astronaut example of astronaut, that so people who go to mountaineering or the astronaut, student, they always carry oxygen cylinder with them. What they carry? Oxygen cylinder with them. Why? Because at the higher altitude, student, there is a less oxygen, the air is very less over there, it is thinner and thinner, and because of them, student, they carry oxygen cylinder with them. because the oxygen level is reduced over there. So in this way student, air pressure affects our breathing activity also. ओके जब हमारा प्रेशर चेंज हो जाएगा, प्रेशर बेल्ट टेम्परेचर चेंज होगा, तो हमारी ब्रीथिंग एक्टिविटी पे भी क्या होगा, उसका इफेक्ट होगा. अंडरस्टूड दिस इफेक्ट स्टूडेंट? ओके, लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट वन. नेक्स्ट वी आर हैविंग इज isobar. What is isobar student? See over here, this is a line. Can you see the line over here? This line is joining up places of a equal pressure. Okay, both the pressure are equal. So if this line joining the pressure, equal pressure, places of equal pressure, it is known as isobar. So what is isobar student? A line that join the places of equal pressure on the map is called an isobar. Understood? On a map student, you can see over here, this line is joining up places. Which places? Places where the pressure are equal. So suppose when this line join the places of equal pressure is called isobar. Understood student? Okay, now let's see the next. What we are having is, look at this picture. Can you see? Now you will be asking, you will be thinking, what is this picture is all about, teacher? So student, it is a barometer. What is this? It is a barometer. And what is barometer student? It is an instrument which is used to measure air pressure. Suppose if you want to measure a air pressure in a particular region, how much air has pressure in a particular region, so the instrument which you will going to use is a barometer. This is the instrument. You go to doctor when you are having fever, doctor use a thermometer to check the temperature. Am I right? So same way student, if you want to measure the air pressure in a particular region, you use this instrument and it is known as nothing but barometer. Student, whenever you write down the air pressure, we use the millibars. We use the unit is millibar. Okay, like we use kgs, okay, gram. So in same way, the unit of air pressure is millibar. Understood student? What is barometer? Okay, so student, we have learned about the air pressure in this lesson. Okay, what we have learned? We have learned about the air pressure in this lesson. So with this student, we have finished with the lesson, that is air pressure. Now listen or watch the next video. In that I will going to explain you or discuss with you question and answers. So let's watch a second video.